let's get started with our big, beautiful boy who does everything right, and they indicted him.
Unprecedented third indictment of former President Donald Trump in a federal case that could test American democracy itself. A federal grand jury formally accused Donald Trump yesterday of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election.
In a historic indictment, special counsel Jack Smith charged former President Donald Trump for his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election and stoke a crisis.
For his alleged efforts to do everything right. That's what his alleged efforts were.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
That's what happened. His alleged efforts to do everything right, and then they indicted him.
The special counsel accuses Trump of orchestrating a plan to overturn the 2020 election results by organizing fake electors in 7 targeted states in which he lost, and pressured state officials, including Georgia Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
I just want to find
a perfect phone call. You're just describing a perfect phone call. He did everything right, and they indicted him.
11,780 votes.
We're going to walk down.
Dude, that's such a dead to rights, funny ass. God, I love that. I love that phone call. It is a perfect phone call, okay? It is so perfect because it's yet again Donald Trump doing things in the most Trumpian way possible. It is such a cartoonish way to operate, to just be like, I am doing something illegal. I have the knowledge that what I'm doing is something illegal, and I will say all of the right things. Like, even if in other circumstances it's something that you could possibly get away with, I am going to do this in this haphazard way. I'm going to do this in the stupidest way possible. That will absolutely get me in trouble because I am fully aware that this is not something that I legally can do. Like, dude, he didn't even, okay, that's Gold Gregory. That's a great point. He didn't even ballpark it. He didn't even say like, I need like around 12,000 votes. Like, even there's an out there, you know, you could just say like, he didn't even ballpark it. He just said the exact number, which makes it so much worse. God, I love that. I love him so much for being so specific and such a buffoon. Why? This is why Ron DeSantis continues to hang out around despite nobody liking him? Yeah, but I don't think Ron DeSantis... You want to know the saddest part about this? Little Rhonda, in spite of this Hail Mary from the Trump side, which might render him inoperable, unable to run by some, like, Hail Mary, Little Rhonda is so disastrously uncharismatic that it doesn't matter. Like, Tim Scott's doing better almost. I mean, he's not, but it's pretty crazy. Now, there's more on the 5-part plan to overturn the election, which was incredible, by the way. And this is all straight up from like actual unsealed documents, some of which we knew about already, some of which we have exact detailed information on now. Trump's third indictment alleges a 5-part plot to overturn the election. 1, knowingly making false claims of election fraud to get state legislators and election officials to subvert the legitimate results. 2, organizing a fraudulent slate of electors in 7 targeted slates. 3, using the DOJ's power to conduct sham election crime investigations. 4, trying to get former VP Mike Pence to fraudulently alter the election results, to which he responded with, "No, Mr. President, I do not think I have the capacity to do that." And number 5, this is the best one, exploiting January 6th violence to get members of Congress to delay certification. And then, if his plan came to fruition, which, by the way, there was no indication that it would ever work, but if his plan were to come to fruition, he said that he would just use the military. He just straight up use the military to squash any kind of protest against. It's awesome. So good.
Joining me now is the former president's newest attorney to his team, John Lauro. John, thanks so much for being here tonight. You've read through this indictment. What is your defense going to look like?
Well, it's basically a regurgitation of the J6 committee report, but our focus is on the fact that this is an attack on free speech and political advocacy. Donald Trump had every right to advocate for his position. while he was president, he saw irregularities, he saw deficiencies in the election process. He raised those. He was being told under oath by...
Like, you can't defend conspiring to break the law and conspiring to do a crime with the genuine intent to follow through on said crime on free speech grounds. This is not something that you can do unless you are truly able to craft a defense around some kind of like artistic interpretation or something like that. Unless you're literally like, no, Your Honor, this was a Hollywood script that we were following on. You misunderstood. You can't just be like, we should go rob a bank. Here are the maps. Here are the details. I will facilitate everything. And if the cops come, then we'll go and shoot back at them and blah, blah, blah. And then when you get caught, you go, oh, I was just exercising my free speech. Like, you can't do that. If a Democratic politician did exactly what Donald Trump did, they would be killed. Democrats are quite literally spineless cowards, so good luck with that. But if a Democrat actually followed through, like if Joe Biden was like, yeah, Jack, I know I lost the election, but fuck it. Why? Let's do something about it, Jack. Went to Kamala Harris and was like, come on, we need to put this on pause, Jack. Republicans would kill him. They would be like, all right, well, this is treason. We're going to shoot him. And then Democrats, in the interest of bipartisanship, would be like, okay, you can shoot him, but just like, I don't know, shoot him in the lower half of his body. Don't shoot him in the face. You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts.
But John, I should note that you're saying that he was just asking him to send them back. No, I was just talking to the chief of staff who was with Pence that day. He said he was being asked to do something illegal that Pence did not have the right to do, to reject them. And you mentioned the attorneys there that you say, John Eastman, he's a co-conspirator in this indictment. I should note, in the indictment lists all of the people who told Trump that his claims about election fraud weren't true, including the vice president, senior Justice Department leaders, the Director of National Intelligence, CISA, which of course is in charge of making sure elections in the U.S. are secure, senior White House attorneys, campaign staffers, state legislators that you just...
Oh my God. Trump deserves everything he's getting, dude. You put Sidney Powell in a room with you, you deserve it. Also, what the is Cheese Bro? Kenneth Cheese Bro? What are these lawyers? Where do you find them? I'm sorry, dog. You hire a guy by the name of Kenneth Cheese Bro for anything. Like, you hire him to fry some French fries for you. You deserve to be food poisoned, okay? My man's name is Kenneth Cheese Bro, dude.
Mentioned there in the courts.
Right. What was not true? That there were states where ballots were sent out without people asking for them. The president was told, given advice, that under these circumstances, the state legislatures have the ultimate ability to qualify electors. He followed that advice. Now, you may disagree as to whether or not those things actually occurred or not. That's why we have political debate. We don't have criminal trials over that. We have the discussion like we're just having.
But it matters if those things actually occurred or not, John.
Not under the First Amendment.
It matters if those things actually occurred because...
Not at all, because under the First
Amendment... It does matter if there was
Amendment...
actually fraud.
No, the First Amendment allows...
But John, let me stop you there, because if he's saying that there was fraud, the First Amendment doesn't allow the President of the United States to go and claim there was fraud when he was told there was not fraud, and then try to subvert the election by overturning legitimate electors. I mean, it says it right here in the actual indictment.
Absolutely.
The only smoking gun in this, and I believe in my heart of heart it exists, is just Trump dead to rights being like, I knew it was not, I knew it was fraudulent. There was no fraud. I lied. What can they do about it? I lied. What are they going to do? Throw me in jail? I wanted to do a riot. It would be so sick. I mean, I think they already have dead to rights a lot of information to get him clapped up, but it would be so awesome because I know, given what I know about Donald Trump, and I am the #1 Trump historian in the country, #1 stand for Donald Trump in the country, in the nation. I know in my heart of hearts it's out there. He has said it, and it was probably recorded.
President Trump throughout all the way up to the morning of January 6th. But let's be clear on this point. It wasn't just that they asked for a pause. The president specifically asked me, and his gaggle of crackpot lawyers asked me to literally reject votes, which would have resulted in the issue being turned over to the House of Representatives, and literally chaos would have ensued. So,
oh no, dude, yo, fake friends, dude, fake friends, dude. Yo, gonna really change the game. Everybody's out here snitching. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's real messed up, dude. Oh God. Snakes all around. I saw a tweet that was like, yo, Mike Pence might be a magician the way my dogs turned into snakes. Fuck. That's right, dude. That's fucked up, dude. Yo. No wonder they were trying to kill this man. You think you know someone, am I right? Yeah, what the fuck? Air Force 2, more like Air Force 2-face? True, dude. How dare you?
Martha, I just people can read the indictment, and frankly, I've said before, I had hoped it had not come to this point. You know, I don't know if the government can meet the standard, the burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt for criminal charges, but the American people deserve to know.
I love that he's like, they won't meet the standard, but here I am telling you why it is criminal technically.
That President Trump and his advisors didn't just ask me to pause. They asked me to reject votes, return votes, essentially to overturn the election and to keep faith with the oath that I made to the American people and to Almighty God. I rejected that out of hand, and I did my duty that day.
Almighty God. And then he told absolutely nobody about any of this until now. No, I think he did. He wrote it in his book, remember? Everyone's been celebrating him as a hero on the liberal side a little bit. Like, they've been glazing him up. The sheriff of Fulton County, Georgia, says if Donald Trump were to be indicted in connection with efforts to overturn the 2020 election in the state, he would not receive special treatment and would be booked and photographed like any other defendant. Oh my God, if they perp walk him and photograph him, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. It's going to be so good.